So this is it.
This is it.
And this is the way it looks.
This is the way it looks.
I suppose in the end you get used to the furnishings.
It depends. Some people do.
Are all the rooms like this?
Of course not. We get Chinese, Hindus, blacks, everything. What would they want with stuff like this?
And what do they think I want with it? God, it's hideous. Oh, well, I was always anyway, and ideas, and people. I liked it.
See?
Good, fine. Just the same, it seems funny to me. You've heard all the stuff they tell back there.
What about?
Oh, all this.
Don't believe all that crap. People who've never been anywhere near here.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are the thumb screws?
What?
The thumb screws, the whips, the racks.
Are you serious?
Huh? Oh, good. Yes. I was serious. No mirrors. No windows, of course. Nothing breakable. And why'd they take away my toothbrush?
There's your human dignity coming back.
You save your familiarity, my friend. I know where I am, I know why I'm here, but I'm be damned if I'm going to stand for any...
No harm, man. What do you expect? All the guests ask the same thing. Right away they ask, where's the thumb screws? They're not thinking about that Pepsodent smile of theirs. Then you get them calmed down, and about that time, they start wanting their toothbrush. Now just stop and think. Why in hell would you want to brush your teeth here?
Yes. I suppose that's true. And why would I want to look in the mirror? As far as the statue goes... Yeah, fine. There'll probably be plenty of times when I won't be able to look at it enough. Not enough, see? What the hell, there's nothing to hide. I tell you, I'm quite aware of my status here and why I was sent. Do you know what it's like to come in here? It's like drowning in hot water with your eyes above the water. And what do you see? A statue of Napoleon. What a nightmare. That's all right, you don't have to say anything. You're probably not allowed to anyway. I know, I'll shut up. But just don't think it's a shock to me. I knew what was coming. I know the whole score backwards and forwards, behind me and ahead of me. So, it's no toothbrush. No beds either. You never sleep, right?
Right.
I was sure of it. Why would you sleep anyway? You feel sleepy, it creeps up on you behind the ears first. You feel your eyes shutting, but sleep. You lie down on the couch and all gone. You're not sleepy anymore. You have to rub your eyes, get up and go through the whole thing over again.
You've got some imagination.
Shut up. I'm not going to make any fuss. I just want to look the whole thing straight in the face. I don't want to give it a chance to knife me from behind where I can't see it. Imagination. Well, then how's this? You don't get sleepy? Why sleep if you're not sleepy? Correct. Wait a minute. I've got it. Why is it painful to be here? Why would it naturally have to be torture? I've got it. Just because it's life without time off. Without a break.
What do you mean, break?
What do I mean? Hey, look at me. I knew it. That's why you've got that smug, cocky expression on your face. My God, they're atrophied.
Just what are you talking about?
Your eyelids. We used to close ours. We called it blinking your eyes. A second of darkness. A little black curtain falls and goes back up until break is made. It keeps your eyeball moist and blots out the world. Think how restful it would be. 4,000 rests in an hour, 4,000 little escapes. So I'm going to live without eyelids. You know, it's all the same thing. Without eyelids, without sleep. No more sleep. But how am I going to put up with myself? Just try to understand. Try hard. I've got a mean, nasty kind of disposition, you see, and I'm sort of used to teasing myself, but I can't go on doing that all the time. Back there were nights. I used to sleep, a wonderful soft sleep, to make up for it. I made myself have simple dreams. There'd be a field of grass, that's all. I'd dream I was walking through it. Is it daytime?
Daytime?
Is it light?
No, you see the lights are lit.
Yeah, I see, but outside.
Outside?
Outside, on the other side of the wall.
There's the hall.
And at the end of the hall?
More rooms and more halls and stairs.
And then what?
That's all.
You must have a day off once in a while. Where do you go?
See my uncle on the 3rd floor. He's bell captain on that floor.
I should have guessed. Where's the light switch here?
There isn't any.
You mean you can't turn the light off?
Oh, the management can shut off the juice, but I don't remember they ever did it on this floor. We have unlimited service.
All right, so you have to live with your eyes open.
Live?
Let's not split hairs about words. With your eyes open forever. Broad daylight in my eyes and inside my head. And if I were to throw this statue at the chandelier, do you think it'd do the trick?
It's too heavy.
You're right. It's too heavy.
Well, if you won't be needing me any longer, I'll...
You're going? Wait. That's a bell, isn't it? I can ring for you when I want, and you have to come.
Well, yes, but something seems to be wrong with it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
It works.
So it does. Don't get your hopes up. Won't last. Well, excuse me.
Yeah? No. Nothing. Hey. What's this?
Oh, letter opener.
You have no mail delivery here.
No.
Then what good is it? All right, you can go. Boy! Boy! Boy!
You cool?
No.
Here you are, madam. If there's anything you want to ask. Only usually the guests want a little information. All the same to me. Besides, as far as the toothbrush goes and the statue and the bell, this gentleman knows all about it. He can answer your questions as well as I can.
Where is Florence? I'm asking you a question. Where is Florence?
I haven't any idea.
Is that the best you can do? Torture by separation? Well, it's a failure as far as I'm concerned. Florence was a little fool, and I don't miss her.
I'm sorry, but who are you taking me for?
You? You're the torturer, I suppose.
That's very funny. You came in, you took one look at me, and you thought, that's the man who's going to torture me. What a mistake. That stupid bellboy should have introduced us. Torturer. Let me do the honors. Vincent Craddo, journalist and writer. Since we seem to be sharing the same quarters, Madam...
Inez Serrano, Mademoiselle.
Good, fine. Well, the ice is broken. Now, do you find I have the face of a torturer? And, would you kindly tell me just how you can recognize one?
They look as if they were afraid.
Afraid? That's crazy. Of whom? Of their victims?
I know what I'm talking about. I see my own face in the mirror.
In a mirror? This place is impossible. They've taken everything that looks remotely like a mirror out of here. Well, anyway, I can assure you, I'm not afraid. I don't take the situation lightly. I'm fully aware of the seriousness, but I'm not afraid.
No, that's your business. Do you ever, by any chance, go out for a stroll?
The door's bolted.
So much the worse.
I can understand that you're not exactly happy to find me in here with you. And as a matter of fact, I'd rather be alone myself. I'd like the chance to get a few things straight in my mind, and put my life in order, as it were. But I'm sure we can get used to each other. I don't talk, I don't even move around much, and I make very little noise. The only thing is, if you don't mind my suggesting it, we should keep up the greatest politeness towards each other. It will be our best defense.
I'm not a polite person.
I'll be polite for both of us.
Your mouth.
I beg your pardon?
Do you think it would be possible to stop twitching your mouth? It's going around like a top under your nose.
Oh, I'm extremely sorry. I didn't realize.
That's just the trouble. You see there, you make a point of being polite, but you leave your face out in the open. You're not alone, and you have no right to inflict the sight of your fear on me.
You're not afraid?
What good would it do? Fear was for before, while we still had hope.
There's no more hope. That I know. But we're still before. Whatever it's to be, it hasn't begun yet, you know, Mademoiselle Serrano.
I know. And so, what's going to happen?
I don't know. I'm just waiting.
It's in here, man.
No! No, don't take your hands away. I know what's behind you. Have no face. Oh, I don't know you.
I'm not the torturer, madam.
I didn't think that's who you were. I thought someone was trying to play a joke on me. Are you still expecting someone else?
No one else is coming.
Oh. Then we're going to be all alone, just the three of us.
It's not a laughing matter.
Oh, I know, but these divans are so hideous, and look how they've set them out in a row. I feel as if it were New Year's and I were visiting my Aunt Marie. Each one has his own divan, I suppose. This one's mine. But I shall never be able to sit down on it. It's frightful. I'm in turquoise and it's upholstered in this spinach green.
Would you like mine?
The burgundy one. It's awfully nice of you, but I'm afraid it wouldn't be much better. Oh well, what can one expect? Each one gets his little prize. Mine's the green one. I'll keep it. Actually, the only one that could possibly match at all is the one the gentleman's sitting on.
What did you hear, Crado?
What? Oh, the divan, yes. Excuse me. It's yours.
Thank you. Well, since we're all going to live together, I think we should make each other's acquaintance. I'm Estelle Delaunay.
Inez Serrano, I'm delighted.
Vincent Craddock.
Do you need me for anything?
Oh, that's all. I'll ring for you.
You're very lovely. I wish I had some flowers to make you feel more at home.
Flowers. Oh, yes, I always loved flowers. They'd wither here. It's so hot. Oh, dear. The important thing, I suppose, is to keep in a good humour. Two tiny little tears shining under the grate. Oh, Gabrielle is tense. She's holding on to her sister's arm. She doesn't dare cry because it would make her mascara run. I must say that in her place Well, after all, she was my best friend.
Did you suffer very much?
No. No, I was very conscious.
What did you...
Pneumonia. There, it's over. They're leaving. Good morning, good morning. Such a lot of handshaking. My husband's ill, he's so unhappy he stayed at home. And you?
Gas.
And you?
12 bullets in my carcass. Not a very high-class corpse.
No, but I mean, if only you wouldn't use such crude words. It's a little disgusting. You know, it may very well be that we've all never been so much alive as we are right now. If we must give a name to this state of affairs, I suggest we call it absence. Sounds so much nicer. Have you been absent long?
About a month.
Where are you from?
Rio.
Oh. Have you anyone left back there?
My wife. She came to the jail every other day, and they wouldn't let her in. She's looking in through the bars now. Doesn't know yet that I'm absent. But she suspects. Now she's leaving. She's all in black. So much the better. She won't have to change. The sun is nice and bright, and she's in black. There she is in the empty street, with those big eyes like a victim's. Ah. She gets on my nerves.
Estelle.
Excuse me, Monsieur Crado.
I beg your pardon.
You're sitting on my divan.
Oh, sorry.
You look so wrapped up.
I'm putting my life in order. It might be better for some people if they did the same thing.
Oh. Well, my life is all in order. Completely in order. It did it all by itself back there, and I don't need to bother about it here.
Really? You think it's that simple? Oh, God, heat. May I?
Oh, don't. No, please, I can't stand men in their shirt sleeves.
Yeah. Right. I used to spend all night in the coffee room. It was always hot as a jungle in there. It is hot as a jungle in there now. It's night now.
So it is. Already night. Millicent's getting undressed, getting ready for bed. How fast time flies there.
Yes. It's after midnight. They've closed up my room and sealed the door. And the room is empty and dark.
They've put their coats on the backs of the chairs. Roll their shirt sleeves up above their elbows. It smells of men and cigar smoke. I used to like to live that way, with men around in their shirt sleeves.
Well, we don't happen to have the same taste, that's all that proves. And you? Did you like men in shirt sleeves?
I'm not very fond of men.
Why? Why have they put us together?
What's that?
I look at you both and I think of how we're going to live together. I somehow expected to find friends, relatives.
A lovely friend with a hole in the middle of his face.
Yes, that one too. He used to do a rumba like an absolute professional. But why have they put us together?
Well, it's just chance. They put the people in wherever they can in the order of their arrival. What are you laughing at?
And you and your chance. Do you need to be reassured that badly? They leave nothing to chance.
Perhaps we've met somewhere before.
Never. I'd never have forgotten you.
Or maybe we had friends in common. Do you know the Dubois Seymours?
I doubt it very much.
Well, they're always entertaining. Everyone goes.
What do they do?
Do? Why, nothing. They have that big place at Cannes.
I was a secretary.
Oh, really? Well, then, of course, And you, Monsieur Crado?
I never left Rio. I found trouble enough there.
In that case, you must be right. It's pure chance that brought us together.
Chance? Then this furniture is here by chance. It's just an accident that the divan on the right is dark green and the one on the left is red. An accident. Well, then try changing them around and let me know how it comes out. And the statue, is that there by chance too? And this heat? This heat. I tell you, everything has been planned. Down to the last detail and with the greatest of care. This room was made for us. It was waiting for us.
But why should it be? Everything about it is so ugly, so hard and angular. I always hated angles.
Do you think I lived in a room like this?
Then you think everything has been arranged?
Everything. And we're well matched, too.
And it's not by chance that you happen to be sitting opposite me? What are they waiting for?
I don't know. But they're waiting, don't worry.
I can't stand it. When I think someone expects me to do something, right away I have the most awful urge to do just the contrary.
Go ahead, do it. But you don't even know what it is they want you to do.
It's unbearable. And something's supposed to happen to me because of you two? Because of you two? I've seen faces that meant something to me right off, but yours say nothing at all.
Come on now. Why are we together? You've already said too much. Go on to the end.
But I don't know anything about it.
We've got to know.
Only each one of us had the courage to tell
What?
Estelle.
Yes?
What did you do? Why have you been sent here?
But I don't know. I haven't the vaguest idea. I even have a feeling it must be a mistake. Now, don't smile. Think of all the people who become absent every day. They come here by the thousands and are taken care of by mere underlings, uneducated employees. Well, how could they help being an error now and then? No, don't laugh at the idea. It's perfectly reasonable. And you, why don't you say something? Well, Perhaps they didn't make a mistake in my case, but perhaps they did in yours. And yours too, maybe. Don't you think it's better to think we're here by mistake?
Is that all you have to tell us?
Well, what more do you want to know? I have nothing to hide. I was an orphan, had no money, and was trying to bring up my younger brother. There was an old friend of my father's who wanted to marry me, and he had a good deal of money and was rather nice, so I accepted. What would you have done in my place? I mean, my brother's health was terribly delicate, and it was frightfully difficult to give him the kind of care he needed. I lived 6 years with my husband without even a shadow of trouble or unhappiness. Then 2 years ago I met the man I was really meant for. We both knew it the minute we saw each other, and he wanted me to run off with him, but naturally I wouldn't. After that I had pneumonia, that's all. Of course, I suppose I could be blamed in a way for having sacrificed my youth to an old man. But do you think that's wrong?
Certainly not. Do you think it's wrong to live according to your principles?
I don't see how anyone could be blamed for that either.
I edited a newspaper that had a reputation for telling the truth. I had a bold policy, the truth, whether they liked it or not, and the hell with the consequences. I always came out against war, pacifist, not the milksop kind, but militantly against war, against any war. Then war broke out. My enemies denounced me as a traitor. I was for the brotherhood of man, but mine was a lost cause. They shot me. I folded my arms, and they shot me. Where's the blame there? What did I do wrong?
You did nothing wrong. You're
A hero. And so it was as simple as that.
Well, almost. Perhaps not quite.
It was lucky you had no responsibilities toward anyone. You weren't married, I take it?
Yes, I had a wife. What about her? I took her out of the gutter to marry her.
You see?
I see. Who are you putting this act on for, anyway? We're all in this together.
Together?
Criminals together. We're in hell, my little friend, and there's never any mistake there. People are not damned
Stop
for
it.
nothing. In hell, damned.
Stop, will you stop? I forbid you to
Damned.
use coarse words like
I
that.
said damn. Did you hear that, Salvation Nell? And you too, you great big clean-cut hero. Oh, we had our day, didn't we? People suffered. They went through agonies because of us, and we thought it was pretty amusing. Well, it's got to be paid for
Will
now.
you shut up?
Wait. Now I understand. I see why they put us together.
Be careful what you say. We don't want to hear it anyway. We know we're here. Isn't that enough for you?
Oh, no, you've got to hear this. This is too good to keep secret. It's pretty clever. Very clever. There's no physical torture, right? No nail pulling and roasting over the flames. And yet we're in hell. And nobody else is coming. No one. We're together. Just the three of us from now on.
I know it.
Well, this is the point. They've made a saving in their hired help, that's all. The customers serve themselves. It's like a cafeteria.
What do you mean?
Each one of us is the torturer for the other two.
I won't provide your tortures for you. I have nothing against you. I don't want anything to do with you. Nothing. It's perfectly simple. Each one into his little corner. It's a game. You there. You there. And I'm here. And silence. Not a word. It's not so hard, is it? Each one of us has enough to do thinking about himself. I could stay 10,000 years without speaking.
I have to be quiet.
Yes, and we'll be saved. Just be quiet. Look inside yourself. Never lift your head once. Agreed?
Agreed.
I agree.
Well, goodbye.
I'm sorry, you wouldn't have a mirror. A mirror, a little hand mirror, you know, anything? Well, if you're going to leave me all alone, at least you might get me a looking glass.
Well, I have one in my bag. It's gone. They must have taken it when I came in here.
What a ball.
What's the matter?
I feel so strange. Don't you ever feel that way when I can't see myself in the mirror? I can't even feel myself, and I begin to wonder if I really exist at all.
You're very lucky. I always feel myself inside.
Oh yes, inside. Everything that goes on in one's head is so vague it puts one to sleep. There are 6 huge mirrors in my bedroom. I can always see them, but they can't see me. They reflect the couch, rug, the window. How empty it is a mirror if I can't see myself in it. Whenever I had to talk to anyone, I always arranged it so I could see myself in one. I talked and I could see myself talking. I could see how I looked to other people, and sort of kept me awake. My makeup. I'm sure I put it all on wrong. I simply can't go on through all eternity without a mirror.
Wouldn't you like me to be your mirror? Come on. I invite you over to my house. Sit down on my divan.
But,
Oh, we won't pay any attention to him.
we're going to hurt each other. You said so yourself.
Do I look as if I wanted to hurt you?
You never know.
It's you who'll hurt me. But what does it matter? If I've got to suffer, it might as well be because of you. Sit down. Closer. Come over here, closer to me. Now, look into my eyes. What do you see?
I see myself very tiny. I can hardly see myself.
I see you. All of you. Ask me questions. You'll see no mirror could be so faithful.
Oh, Monsieur Crado, I'm sure we're annoying you with our silly chat.
Let him be. He doesn't count anymore. We're all alone. Go on. Ask me questions.
Is my lipstick on straight?
Oh, here. Let's see. Oh, not very.
Oh, I knew it. Fortunately, nobody saw me. I'll start over again.
That's better. No. Follow the line of the lips. I'll guide your hand. There. That's it.
Is it as good as it was a little while ago when I came in?
Better. Heavier. More cruel. Just the right makeup for hell.
And it's all right. Oh, it's such a nuisance. I can't judge for myself. You swear it's all right.
Do you think I'd lie to you, my sweet?
Swear it looks all right.
You're beautiful.
Yes, but have you any taste? I mean, do you have my taste? Oh, it's so awful. It's so nerve-wracking.
I have the same taste as you because I like you. Look at me. Straight at me. Smile at me. I'm not ugly either. Don't you think I'm better than a mirror?
I don't know. You're a little terrifying. See, my reflection in the mirror was caught there, you know, and I could do what I wanted with it. I knew it so well. If I smile now, it'll go all the way into your eyes, and heaven only knows what will happen to it there.
And who's stopping you from catching me? Won't you call me Inez?
Mm. It's awfully hard for me to call women by their first names.
Especially secretaries, I suppose. Oh, what's that you've got there on your cheek? It looks like a pimple.
On my cheek where?
You see? I'm a mirror to catch little mice in, and you're my little mouse. I've got you. Oh, no, it's all right. There's nothing at all. You see? Suppose the mirror should begin to lie. Or if I should shut my eyes and wouldn't look at you, then what would you do with all that beauty? But don't worry, my eyes will stay wide open. I have to look at you, and I'll be nice, very nice. But you'll call me Inez.
You like me, Inez?
Very much.
I wish he'd look at me too.
Because he's a man. You win. Well, why don't you look at her? Oh, come on. You didn't miss a word of what we were saying.
You're right, not a word. Not even with my fingers in my ears. Your gabbing went right through. Are you going to leave me alone or not? I have nothing to do with you understand?
But this little number, you want something to do with her. Oh, I see right through you. You think she'll be more interested if you sit over there like a big man thinking...
I told you to leave me alone. There's somebody talking about me at the paper, and I want to listen. I don't give a damn about your little friend, if that makes you feel any better.
Thank you.
Shh. Oh, there. I begged you to stop talking.
Well, she began. I didn't ask her for anything, and she offered me her mirror.
No, you just made faces so he'd look at you.
And what if I did?
Oh, shut up, for God's sake. Can't you see where this is leading us? Now, we're going back. And sit down quietly. And we're going to shut our eyes, and each one is going to try to forget that the others are here.
Forget, how childish. I can feel you right down to my bones. Everything you don't say yells itself into my ears. You can nail your mouth shut, cut off your tongue. Do you think that will keep you from existing? Do you think it will stop you from thinking? You can hear your brain going tick-tock like an alarm clock, and I know you can hear mine. And you want to sit back in your easy chair. You're all over the room. Every sound comes into my ears dirty because you've heard it on the way. You've even stolen my face. You know what it looks like, and I don't anymore. And her, you've stolen her. If we were alone, do you think she'd dare treat me the way she does? Take those hands away from your face! I'm not going to leave you alone. It would be too easy. You'd like to just stay there unconscious, buried inside yourself like a Buddha, and have me sit over there with my eyes shut, knowing that every sound she made, down to the rustling of her dress, was for you, and she was sending over smiles to you that you couldn't see. But I'm not having any of that. I want to choose my own hell. I want to look right at you and fight in the open.
All right. I suppose it's inevitable. They've managed us as if we were children. If they put me in with men know how to shut up. I suppose you can't ask for too much. You like me, sweetheart. I've got a feeling that you do.
Don't touch me.
Oh, be yourself. You know, I liked women a lot. You didn't know that. And they liked me a lot. So just take it easy. We've got nothing to lose here. Manners what for? Ceremony for what? This is private. In a little while we'll be as naked as the day we were born.
Leave me alone.
As the day we were born. I warned you. I asked for nothing except peace and a little silence. I had my fingers in my ears. Duval was talking. He was standing in between the tables. All the fellas in the copy room were listening, in shirt sleeves. I was trying to hear what they were saying. I couldn't get it. Everything goes by so fast on Earth. But you couldn't shut up, not for a minute. Well, it's finished now. He's stopped talking. Whatever he was thinking about me's gone back inside his head. But we've got to go on to the end. Naked as the day we were born. I want to know who I'm dealing with.
You know. You know now.
As long as any one of us hasn't told why he's here, we won't know anything. You. You there. You start. Why? Tell us why. If you're straight with us, it may save us a lot of trouble. Come on, tell us why.
I told you I don't know. They wouldn't tell me.
No, they wouldn't answer me either. But I know myself. You afraid of talking first? All right, I'll start. It's not very pretty.
That's all right. We know you're a deserter.
That's enough of that. Don't talk about that, ever. I'm here because I tortured my wife. That's all. For 5 years. And of course she's still suffering. There she is. As soon as I talk about her, I can see her. It's Duval I really want to know about, so of course it's my wife I see. Where is Duval? 5 years. What do you know? They've given her back my stuff. She's sitting by the window with my jacket on her knees, the one with the 12 holes. The blood looks like rust. The edges of the holes are rusty. It's a museum piece, a historic garment, and I wore it. Are you going to cry? I bet you end up by crying. I used to come in blind drunk, smelling of liquor and women. She'd have been waiting up all night, but she never cried. Not a word of reproach, of course, only her eyes. I can't be sorry. It's raining out. Are you going to cry? There's a woman who was born to be a martyr.
Why did you make her suffer?
Because it was easy. All she needed was a word to make her change color. She was sensitive. Never a word of blame from her. I'm a great one for teasing, though. I'd wait and wait, but no, never a whine, never a reproach. I found her in the street, understand, just a little two-bit. Now she's running her hand over the coat without looking at it. Her fingers are feeling out the holes as if she were blind. What are you waiting for? What do you think's going to happen? I tell you, I don't regret anything. Her whole trouble was she admired me too much. She thought too much of me. Can you understand that?
No, I wasn't admired.
So much the better for you. All this probably seems very abstract to you then. But here's a story. I had brought a mulatto girl home to live. What nights. My wife slept downstairs on the first floor. She must have heard us. You know what she did? In the morning, she got up first.
And got breakfast for you.
Yes, and brought it to us in bed on 2 little trays.
You bastard.
Oh, I grant you that, but a very special bastard to her. Shh. No, nothing. It's Duval, but he's not talking about me. You were saying bastard. Hell, if I wasn't a bastard, what would I be doing here? And what about your case?
Well, I was what they call back there one of those women. Already damned, you know, so this is no great surprise.
That's all?
No. There's that business with Florence, but everybody concerned is dead. The 3 of us. He was first, then she, and I. Nobody's left there, and I'm satisfied. Nothing but the room. I see it from time to time. Just empty, with the blinds shut. They've finally taken the seal off the door. For rent. It's for rent. There's a sign on the door.
3? Did you say 3?
3.
A man and 2 women.
Yes.
Wow. He killed himself?
That one. He wasn't up to it. And yet it wasn't for lack of reason. He'd suffered enough. No, it was a trolley car that killed him. Isn't that a laugh? I lived with him. He was my cousin.
Florence was a blonde?
A blonde. You know, I may have no regrets about my life, but still, don't think I like going over all
Come
this.
on, out with it. You poisoned her mind against him, right?
Yes, little by little. A word here, a word there. For instance, he made a noise when he drank. He blew into the glass through his nose. Little things, nothing at all. The poor man was very soft, vulnerable. What are you laughing at?
I'm not vulnerable.
That remains to be seen. I sort of slipped inside her mind, and she began to see him through my eyes. And in the end, there she was, in my hands. We took a room at the other end of town.
And then?
Then came the trolley car. I used to say to her every day after it happened, "Well, sweetie, we got rid of him." I'm malicious. I'm bad, I know.
I know. I am too.
No, you're not malicious with you. It's something else.
What?
You're just trying to prove something to yourself.
But what?
I'll tell you later. But I'm really bad. I mean, I need to see other people suffer to exist at all. A torch. A torch in their hearts. When I'm all alone, I go out. For 6 months I flamed in her heart. Burned everything. Then she got up one night and turned on the gas. I didn't hear her. She got back into bed beside me. That's all. What?
Nothing. That was a nasty business.
Of course it was a nasty business. So what?
Your turn. What did you do?
Told you that I don't know. I keep asking myself, but it's no good.
All right, we'll help you. That fellow with the smashed-up face, who was he?
What fellow?
You know, I mean, the one you were afraid of when you came in.
He's a friend.
Why were you afraid of
You
him?
have no right to be asking me all this.
He killed himself because of you.
Certainly not. You mad?
Then why are you afraid of seeing him? He blew his face off, right?
Stop! Stop!
He did it because of you, because of you.
Yes, the gun went off because of you. That's it.
Leave me alone! I want to get out of here. I've got to get out of here.
Go on, get out. Nothing would please me better. Only it happens the door is locked from the outside.
You're monstrous. Completely monstrous. So what? So the man killed himself on account of you. He was your lover.
Naturally, he was her lover, and he wanted her all to himself. Isn't that true?
He did the rumba like a professional, but he had no money.
We asked, was he poor?
Yes, he was poor.
And then you had your reputation to take care of. And one day he came and begged you to go away with him. And you laughed at him.
Yes, you laughed at him. Isn't that right? Isn't that why he killed himself?
Is that the way you looked at Florence?
Yes.
You're not even warm, either of you. He wanted me to have a child by him. There. You satisfied?
You didn't want to?
No. The baby was born anyway. I went to Mexico for 5 months. No one knew anything about it. It was a girl. Roger was there when she was born. He really wanted a child, but I didn't.
And what happened?
There was a balcony out over the rocks. The hotel was on a cliff over the ocean. I brought in a huge stone. He was yelling, "Estelle, please, please," crying. It was disgusting. I loathed him. He saw everything. He leaned over the balcony afterwards and watched the waves where it had gone down.
And then what?
That's all. I went back to New York. He did what he felt like doing.
That is, he blew his head off.
I'm afraid he did. And it really wasn't necessary. My husband never suspected anything at all. I hate you both.
Useless. Tears won't flow here. The heat.
I'm so cowardly. I'm such a coward. If you only knew how much I hate you.
Poor little thing. The grilling is over. You don't have to go on looking like a torturer.
Torture. I'd give anything to see myself in the mirror. Oh, it's so hot. I'm not... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you can stay in your shirt sleeves now.
Yes. You mustn't be angry with me, Estelle.
I'm not. I have nothing against you.
And me? You have something against me?
Yes.
Well, Crado, here we are, naked as the day we were born. Does it make any difference? Are things any clearer to you?
I don't know. Perhaps a little. Couldn't we try to help each other?
I don't need any help.
Inez, they've got us hopelessly tangled. If you make the least gesture, if you lift your hand to fan yourself, Estelle and I feel it. No one of us can save himself alone. We've all got to lose everything together or save ourselves together. You can take your choice. What's the matter?
They've rented it. The windows are wide open. There's a man sitting on my bed. It's rented. They rented it. Well, come in, come in. Don't be bashful. Huh. It's a woman. She's walking toward him, putting her hands on his shoulders. Why don't they turn on the light? It's so dark you can't see. They're going to kiss each other. That room is mine. Mine! And why don't they turn on the light? I can't see them anymore. What are they whispering about? Is he going to make love to her on my bed? She says it's noon and broad daylight. Then I must be going blind. It's over. I don't see anything anymore. I can't hear anymore. Well, I suppose that means goodbye to the earth. No more alibi. Oh, I feel empty. Now I'm completely dead. All of me is here. What were you saying? You were talking about helping me, if I remember.
Yes.
Helping me to do what?
Frustrate their plans.
And in exchange...
You help me. It's so simple, Inez. All you need is a little goodwill.
Goodwill. Where do you think I'm going to get that? I'm rotted away, all of me.
And what about me? Just the same, suppose we try.
I'm dried up. I can't take or give either one. How do you expect me to help you, a dead branch ready to burn? Florence was a real blonde.
Don't you realize that this girl's going to be your torturer?
I have a pretty good idea.
They'll use her to get you down. As far as I'm concerned, I'm paying her no attention at all. If you could only do the same.
What?
It's a trap. You're being watched to see if you fall into it.
I know. And you're a trap, too. Do you think they haven't foreseen your words? And all the traps in everything you say, traps we can't see. Everything's a trap. Do you think that matters to me? I'm a trap myself. A trap for her. And it just may be that I'll catch her.
You won't catch anything. We'll just run after each other like so many horses on a merry-go-round, and nobody'll ever catch up with anybody. Rest assured, they've arranged everything. Let go, Inez. Open up your hands. Let your prey go. If you don't, you'll bring us all to grief, all three.
Do I look like a person who lets her prey go? I know what's before me. I'm going to burn. I am burning, and I know there'll never be an end to it. I know everything. Do you think I'll give up? I'm going to get her. She's going to see you through my eyes the way Florence saw him. What the hell do you mean I'll bring you all to grief? I'm telling you I know everything about it. I can't even have pity on myself.
But I can have pity on you. Look at me. We're naked, naked to the bone, and I know you right into your heart. It gives us something in common. Do you think I want to hurt you? I'm not sorry for what's happened, and I'm not complaining. I'm dried up too, like you, but somehow I can have pity on you.
Don't touch me like that. I can't stand to have anyone touch me. And keep your pity. After all, Crado, there are a lot of traps for you in this room. For you, made especially for you. You do better to mind your own business. If you leave us absolutely alone, the little one here and me, I'll see to it that you're not hurt. At least, not by us.
All right. It's a bargain.
Crado, help.
What do you want of me?
You can help me.
You better talk to her.
I beg you. You promised me, Crado. You promised. Quick. Quick, I can't bear being left alone. Millicent's gone off with him to dance.
Off with who?
Ricardo. They're dancing now.
Who's Ricardo?
Oh, a little nobody I know. He used to call me his fountain of inspiration. He was in love with me. She's dragged him off to a nightclub.
Did you love him?
They're sitting down again. She's all out of breath. I wonder why she even tries to dance, unless it's to help her to reduce. Certainly not. Of course, I don't love him. He's exactly 18, and I don't happen to be that sort of monster.
Then leave them alone. What do you care what they do?
But he was mine.
Nothing on earth is yours any longer.
He was mine.
Yes, he was yours. But try to take him now. Try to touch him. See, Millicent can touch him, can't she? Can't she? She can hold his hands, touch his knees.
She's pushing that great bosom of hers under his nose, blowing in his face. Tom Thumb. Poor little Tom Thumb. How can you stand it? Why don't you burst out laughing in her face? All she'd need would be one good look from me, and she'd never dare. Am I really nothing? Nothing at all?
Not now. And nothing of you is left on earth. Everything you own is here. Do you want the paper knife? The statue there? The gold chair is yours. And I'm yours, my sweet. I'm yours forever.
Fine. Which one of you would call me your fountain of inspiration? You're not fooled, either of you. You know perfectly well I'm as low as they come. Ricardo, sweet, think of me. Think of me and no one else. Defend me. As long as you think my fountain of inspiration, my darling fountain of inspiration, then I'm only half here. I'm only half guilty. I'm still your fountain back there, near you. She's red as a lobster. Now, really, it's impossible. You know we've laughed at her 100 times. What's that piece they're playing? It's one of my favourites. Da, 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 da. Well, go on. Dance. Dance! Crado, you'd be amused if you could see her. I suppose she'll never know I can see her. But I do see you, with your hair coming down and your face all crooked, and I see you stepping all over his feet. It's a scream. You'll die laughing. Go on, faster, faster. He's pulling her, pushing her all over the dance floor. It's indecent. Come on, faster. He used to say to me, "You're light as a feather. Go on, you two, keep it up." But I see you, I tell you. She doesn't care. She's dancing right across in front of my... What do you mean, our dear Estelle? You didn't even shed one tear at the funeral. She says to him, "Our dear Estelle." She has the nerve to talk to him about me. Come on, you might at least try and keep time. Of course, you wouldn't be able to talk and dance at the same time, but what's to... Oh, no. No. Don't tell him. You can have him. Take him away with you. Keep him. Do whatever you like with him, but don't tell him. All right. Well, he's yours now. She told him everything, Crado. Roger, the trip to Mexico, the baby, it's all come out. He's shaking his head sort of sadly, but I can't say he looks very upset. Keep him now. He's yours. I'm not the one to fight with you over his long eyelashes and his girlish face. He called me his inspiration, his crystal. I'm afraid the crystal's just a little damaged now. Go on. Dance. Dance. Come on. Keep time. Da, da, da. I'd give everything in the world to go back for one instant. Just one tiny minute and dance. Da, da, da. I can't hear the music very well anymore. You've turned the lights down. Well, it must be a rumba, but why are they playing it so softly? No louder. How far away? I can't hear anything at all now. That's all. No more. The earth has left me for good. Crado, look at me. Take me in your arms.
Crado.
Speak to her.
No, don't go away. Are you a man or aren't you? No, look at me, will you? Stop looking off that way. Is it so painful to see my face? I have pretty hair, and after all, somebody did kill himself for my sake. Now, please, you've got to look at something. If it isn't me, it'll be the statue, or the table, or the couches, and I do think I'm a little pleasanter to look at. So strange. I've fallen out of their hearts back there like a baby bird out of its nest. Pick me up. Take me into your heart. You'll see how sweet I can be.
I told you to talk to her.
To her, she doesn't count. She's a woman.
I don't count. But my poor dear little bird, you've been safe in my heart for a long, long time. Don't be afraid. I'll watch over you every second without even blinking my eyes. You live in my eyes like a speck of dust in a ray of sunlight.
A ray of sunlight. Don't make me laugh. You played your trump card a while back. Can't you see it didn't do you any good?
Estelle, my inspiration, my crystal globe.
Your crystal. It's ludicrous. Who do you think you're fooling? Come now, we all know I threw the kid out of the window. The crystal smashed into 1,000 pieces and I don't give a damn. I'm just a skin. But it's not for you to touch.
Come over here. Be what you want, an angel or a monster. You'll find that in my eyes you'll be the way you really want to be.
Leave me alone. You have no
Oh,
eyes.
Estelle.
What have I got to do to make you leave me alone?
Crado, you'll pay for this.
So you want a man?
A man? No. You.
Cut it out. Any man would fill the bill. I happen to be here, and I'll do. Good. I've nothing much for you to get excited about, you know. I'm not a little nobody, and I don't rumba.
I'll take you on as you are. Perhaps I'll change you.
I doubt it. I'll be absent-minded. I have other things in my head.
What other things?
You wouldn't understand.
I'll sit in your place and wait for you to pay attention to me.
The little strumpet. Flat on her belly, and he's not even good looking. Or don't men have to be just brave, perhaps?
Don't listen to her, Crado. She has no eyes, she has no ears, she doesn't count.
I'll give you what I can. It isn't much. I won't love you. I won't be able to. I know you too well.
Do you want me?
Yes.
That's all I ask for.
Then
Estelle? Crado, have you lost your minds? I'm here.
I see you. So what?
In front of me? You can't.
Why not? I always undress in front of my maid.
Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Don't touch her.
I'm not a gentleman, remember. I don't mind hitting.
Oh! No. You promised me, Crado. You promised. I beg you, you promised me.
You're the one who broke the pact.
Oh. Oh. Go ahead. Do whatever you want. You're 2 against 1. But remember, I'm here watching you, and I won't take my eyes off you, Crado. You have to do everything right here in front of me. Oh, God! How I hate both of you. Go on, make love, make love. But this is hell, and I'll get my turn.
Give me your mouth.
Oh!
Your mouth. Your mouth.
You.
Go away. I told you to pay no attention to her.
I was thinking about her. Duval is at the paper. They've closed all the windows. It must be winter. 6 months. It's 6 months since I was...
Oh, Crado.
I think I warned you I'd be preoccupied. They're shivering. They've kept their coats on this time. It's funny to see them so cold back there. Shh, shh, shh. This time he's talking about me.
You might at least tell me what he's saying.
He said... Nothing. He's not saying anything. He's a bastard, that's all. He's a goddamn bastard! Let's get back to us. You'll be able to love me.
Oh, who knows?
Will you trust me?
Oh, what a funny question. You'll be right here in front of me all the time, and you certainly won't deceive me with Inez.
I meant another kind of trust. Go on, go on. Say what you want. I'm not there to defend myself. Estelle, you've got to trust me.
Oh, what a fuss you make. Can't you see? Of my lips, my arms, my whole body, everything will be so simple. I trust. I haven't any trust to give. It's such an embarrassing thing to ask. You must have done something rather shameful to keep asking me to trust you this way.
I was executed.
I know, for refusing to fight. Well,
I didn't exactly refuse. He's a fast talker. He puts the blame where it belongs. But he doesn't say what I should have done instead. Was I going to go into the General and say, well, General, I've decided not to go to war? They'd have put me in jail right away. I wanted to show them. I got on the train. They stopped me halfway.
where were you trying to go?
Geneva, ultimately. Well, say something.
What do you want me to say to you? You did right to leave? Oh, darling, how can I guess what you want me to answer?
Precious, you're supposed to tell him that he ran off like a lion. Because he did run away, your big darling man. That's what's bothering him. That's what he's worrying about.
Ran away, left, call it what you like.
But you had to run away. If you'd stayed, you'd have been shot down in the street.
Well, naturally. Estelle, am I a coward?
Darling, how should I know? I can't get inside your mind. You'll have to decide that. Well, after all, you must have had reasons to do what you did.
Yes, I had.
Well, then.
But was it the real reason?
Oh, you are so complicated.
I wanted to live in order to go on with my work, but I wonder, was it the real reason?
Ah, that question. Was it the real reason? Ask yourself. Didn't staying alive come before everything else?
Shut up. I used to walk back and forth in my cell, night and day, from the window to the door, from the door to the window. I'd spy on myself. I'd get on my own trail. It seems as though I'd spent a whole lifetime just asking myself questions. And then somehow the action had come by itself. I had got on the train. That's certain. But why? Why? At the end, I thought my death would decide it. If I died like a man, I'll have proved I'm not a coward.
And how did you die, Crado?
Badly. That was just a bodily weakness. I'm not ashamed of what happened. Only nothing was resolved. Look at me, Sal. I need somebody to look at me while I'm being talked about back there. I like your brown eyes.
Brown eyes, listen to that. And you, Estelle, do you like cowards?
If you only knew how little it matters, coward or not, as long as he kisses well.
They're nodding their heads, puffing on their cigars, bored stiff. And they're thinking Crado is a coward, very softly, feebly. After all, you've got to think of something. Crado is a coward. That's what they've all decided. My pals. In another 6 months, they'll be saying as yellow as Crado. You two are lucky. Everyone on earth has forgotten you. My life's harder to put out.
And your wife, Crado?
My wife, what? Oh, she's dead.
Dead?
I must have forgotten to tell you. She died a little while ago, about 2 months ago, when Estelle was dancing.
Couldn't stand it any longer, I suppose.
Of course. What else do you think she'd die of? Well, that's that. The war is over. My wife is dead. But I've gone down in history.
Oh, my darling. Darling, look at me. Look at me, darling. Touch me, touch me. Put your hand on my throat. No, leave your hand there. Leave it. Don't move. They're all going to die, one by one. What difference does it make what they think? Forget them. I am all that's left.
They won't forget. They may die, but others will come who'll take their place. I've left my life in their hands.
You think too much.
And what else is there to do? In the past, I used to act. Oh, just to go back for one day with them. I put a stop to it. But I'm out of the game. They're making out the score as if I didn't exist. They're right. I'm dead. I'm dead as a rat. A back number.
Crado.
Look. You're going to do me a favor. I know it must seem funny to you that anyone would ask you for help. You're not used to it. But if you would, if you would make an effort, perhaps we could really love each other. You see, 1,000 of them are saying it over and over again that I'm a coward, but what's 1,000? If there was one, just one soul who would say with all his might that I didn't run away, that I couldn't have run away, that I have some courage, that I'm a man, I know I'd be saved. Will you believe in me? I'd love you even more than I could love myself.
Of course. You idiot. Dear idiot. You think I would love a coward?
But you've been saying...
But I was only making fun of you. I like men, Crado, real men with rough skin and strong hands, who haven't got a coward's chin or a coward's mouth, haven't the voice of a coward. Your hair doesn't belong to a coward. And I love you for all those things, your mouth, your voice, your hair.
Is that true? Is that true? Is it really true?
Do you want me to swear it?
Then I defy them all. The ones back there and the ones here. Estelle.
Hmm?
We're going to get out of hell. What is it?
She doesn't believe a word of what she's saying. How can you be so stupid? Estelle, am I a coward? If you knew just how little it matters to her, one way or the other.
Greta, don't listen to her. If you want me to have trust in her, you'll have to begin to have some in me.
Of course, have trust in her. She needs a man. She wants a man's arms around her waist. She wants a man's smell. She wants to see a man's eyes full of a man's desire. And beyond that, she'd tell you you were God the Father if she thought that was what you wanted to hear.
Estelle, is that true? Answer me, is it?
What do you want me to say? I don't understand a word of all this. It's so exasperating. Even if you were a coward, I'd love you just the same. Isn't that enough for you?
You both disgust me.
What are you doing?
I'm getting out.
You won't get far. The door's locked.
They'll damn well open it.
Crado!
Don't get excited. The bell doesn't work.
I tell you, they'll open up. I can't take any more of you. I can't do it.
No!
Get out of here. You're even lower than she is. I don't want to see your eyes. I don't want to sink down into them. They're like a swamp. You're wet. You're soft. You're like an octopus. Open up!
Crado, please! Please don't go. I won't talk anymore. I'll leave you absolutely alone, but don't go. She's bad, of course. I'm afraid to stay alone with her.
Shift for yourself. I didn't invite you here.
You coward. Coward! Oh, it's true! You are a coward!
Well, Angel, aren't you happy? You spit in my face to get in with him, and we have a scrap on his account. But now old Killjoy's going off and leaving the ladies to their own devices.
It won't do you any good if that door opens. I go out.
Where?
Anywhere. The farther away from you, the better.
Open up! Open up there! I'll take them all. The boots, the tongues, the molten lead, the tweezers, whatever you've got. I want some real suffering. Let's have 1,000 gashes. Let's have the vitriol, the whips. Anything of this phantom suffering. This fumbling and teasing that doesn't hurt enough. Will you open this door?
Well, Crado, go on.
I wonder why the door opened.
What are you waiting for? Go on, go, quick.
No, I'm not going.
And you, Estelle? Well, who's going? Which one of us three? The coast's clear. What's stopping us? Oh, God, it's a scream! We're inseparable!
Inseparable! Crado, help! Help me, quick! Crado, shut the door! He'll see if we're inseparable!
Estelle, oh, God, please let me stay with you, not in the hall. Don't throw me out there!
Let her go!
You're mad! She hates you!
I'm staying because of her!
Because of me. All right, well, shut that door. It's 10 times hotter in here with it open. Because of me.
Yes. You know what a coward is.
Yes, I do.
You know what evil means, and shame and fear. There have been nights when you've seen yourself all the way through to your heart, and it was like cracking your own bones. And the next morning you no longer knew what it all meant. You couldn't make out what you'd gone through the night before. Yes, you know the price of evil. And if you say I'm a coward, it's because you know what cowardice is. Am I right?
Yes.
You're the one I've got to convince. You're one of my kind. Did you think I'd leave? I couldn't leave you here crowing over me with all those thoughts in your head, all those ideas about me.
Do you really want to convince me?
It's the only thing I want. I can't hear them back there any longer, you know. It's probably because they're all through with me, finished. The thing's a dead letter. Back on Earth, I'm nothing, not even a coward. Inez, here we are, alone. There's only you two to think of me. She doesn't count, but you. You who hate me. If you believe me, you can save me.
You think it will be easy? Look at me. I'm a hard customer.
I'll give you all the time you need.
Oh, we have all the time in the world.
All right, listen. Everyone has his own aim in life, isn't that true? I never gave a damn about money or love. I wanted to be a man, a tough one. I put all my eggs in one basket. How can anybody be yellow who always chooses the most dangerous course? Do you think you can judge a whole lifetime by a single act?
Why not? For 30 years you pretended you were brave until you believed it yourself. And you allowed yourself 1,000 little weaknesses because, of course, everything's permitted to heroes. How convenient. And then when the crucial moment came and you were cornered, you decided to go to Switzerland.
I didn't just dream of being a hero. I determined to be one. You are what you want to be.
You can only tell what a man really wants by his acts.
I died too soon. I wasn't given time to perform any acts of my own.
You always die too soon. Or too late. You died too late. And there's your life behind you, all finished. The figures are all there. They must be added up. What are you if not your life?
You bitch. You have an answer to everything.
Come, don't give up so easily. It ought to be simple to persuade me. Find the right arguments, make an effort. Well? I told you you were vulnerable. Oh, and how you're going to pay for it now. You are yellow, Crado, yellow because that's the way I want it. I want it that way, do you hear? I want you to be yellow. And yet, look how weak I am. Just a breath. The only thing about me that exists is the fact that I'm looking at you, that I'm thinking about you. Those big male hands are opening up. What do you think you can do? Hands don't catch thoughts. Come on, you can't do anything about it. You've got to convince me. I've got you.
What?
Get even.
How?
Kiss me and watch her.
You know that's true, Inez. You've got me, yes, but I've got you, too.
Coward! Coward! That's right. Playing one woman against the other.
Yell, Inez, yell.
Oh, what a lovely couple. If you could only see his big fat paws spread out on your back, rubbing your dress and squeezing your flesh. His hands are wet. He's sweating. He's going to leave a blue stain on your dress.
Yell, scream, Inez. Hug me tighter against her, Crado, it'll kill her.
Yes, hold her tighter and tighter. Keep each other warm. Love's fine, isn't it, Crado? It's soft and deep like sleep, yes, but I'll keep you awake.
Crado, don't listen. My lips, I'm yours, all yours.
Well, what are you waiting for? Do what you're told. Crado the coward has Estelle the baby killer in his arms. Bets are open. Will the coward kiss her? I see you. And the crowd, all by myself, the public, Crado, the mob. Do you hear? Coward, 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 coward. Just try and get away, you won't. What are you looking for? In her lips you want to forget. But I won't forget you. I'm the one you've got to convince. Me. Come on, I'm waiting. You see, Estelle, he's letting go of you. He obeys like a dog. You'll never get her.
Is it never going to get dark?
Never.
You'll always see me.
Always.
Well. This is the moment. The statue is here. I'm looking at it. And I understand that I'm in hell. I tell you, everything was planned. They knew I'd be standing in front of this mantle with my hand on this statue, with all these eyes looking at me, all these eyes devouring. Huh? There are only two. I thought there were a lot more of you. So this is hell. I never would have thought. Hey, you remember being roasted on the spit, sulphur and brimstone. What a laugh, as if they needed it. Well, it's just other people.
Darling.
Leave me alone. She's between us. I can't do it with her watching.
She won't watch any longer. What are you doing? Are you crazy? You know perfectly well I'm dead. Dead. You can't do it, not with knives, guns, poison. It's already done, you understand? And we're together from now on forever. Forever. Oh my God. It's so funny. Forever.
And ever.